Alright guys, welcome back. We're going to do a really quick walk around of the all-new 2026 CFMOTO U10 Pro Highland. Whoa, that's a lot to say. But this is the new chassis. You had the U-Force before, the U-Force 1000. Kind of looks like that. That's a crew over there, but the front end was the same. This came out last year, and then they came out with the Highland editions. And the Highland editions were a late release. We didn't really get the 25s until really late. And they're already rolling them into 26s. So we got our first two XLs like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and those left immediately. So if you want a video on the XL version, scroll down like 6 videos on our channel. They're right there. And then I have this in red also in the showroom. It's just inside there. We put one in the showroom right away, and then this one's just outside. So let's do a really quick walk around just to give you guys, if you want like a virtual showroom, that's what this video is going to be about. So right away, when you're coming into the showroom, and there's going to be different models. There's going to be a base U10 Pro, which doesn't have doors, windows, heat, AC, no windshield wiper. But this is the Highland version, and right here it's got the badging on the door. And what makes it a Highland? Well, the biggest thing is the heat and air conditioning, right? Everybody wants that. But then to do heat and AC, of course, we got to cab it. So CFMOTO went right to the top. We have the glass tip-out window, windshield wiper, power glass doors. So these come down with the controllers on the inside. A super solid door. Like thickness, the strength of the door, it's, I want to say automotive grade, but it's getting there. It's every brand of side-by-side is just taking it to the next level with these things. All U10 Pros come with a winch though, so this does come with the winch. They upgraded their hook. It looks really cool. We like it. Got the stop on there with a synthetic rope, of course. And this has power steering too. So on the inside you got power steering. Every one that we've sold, people are so excited. We've never had a customer call, whether it's a Highland or non-Highland, people are loving this new chassis. On this machine, the fuel goes in right here. Sorry if this still is dirty. They ship them to us like this, right? And so they're kind of dusty. We cleaned it as best we could this morning just to get a video done. They came in late Saturday. It's Monday morning. Look at all that ground clearance on this thing. And these have the power dump box, which we will actuate here in a minute. And what's cool is this has got a glass slider rear window. So that's kind of a walk around on the outside. You know, there's not a lot really to talk about. It does have, this is not hydraulic. You got to open that first, and the dump box will dump. So let's show you guys the inside. So as we open the driver door, you got a little pocket down here, and that's same with the passenger. You got the little pocket down there as well. There's a little bit less storage inside the U10 Pro than we would like. You do have the audio up here. You got the roof liner to help reduce the noise. You've got rear, you can put additional rocker switches in here. Now this one controls our windshield. It's going to tip it out and back down. But underneath the seats, there's really no storage on these things. And then the glove box is limited as well. So here we have, this is the glove box. This has been my gripe on this since they came out, right? And I think it's because the ducting for the heat and AC runs back in there. So, you know, it's got to go somewhere. So a little bit less storage. This is a cool storage bin here. When the grommets are new, I don't want to hurt it. You can see these little grommets. That's what holds it down. This is our winch controller, but also it controls our dump box and go up and down. I'll show you where this plugs in a second. But let's start on the dash here. So on the dash, we got our light switches. We've got off, low beam, and high beam. It's pretty simple and straightforward there. This in America doesn't do any kind of, it's stationary. It's not going to be a turn signal. This just runs our windshield wiper, and then windshield wiper with fluid. I'm not going to actually run the fluid portion because I don't want to make a mess on the windshield. It's clean, but there's a little, you can see this hose right here. You know, that's where the squirter fluid comes in, and it squirts right out there on top of the wiper. So that's how you control your wipers. This is our 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and then 4-wheel drive diff lock. So let's explain this. So 2-wheel drive, both wheels are spinning in the back. 4-wheel drive, it's kind of like a 3-wheel drive system where in the front only one wheel is going to have power, and that allows you to turn easier. But if you want true 4-wheel drive, you have to push in and then turn this to diff lock mode. And now all 4 tires are spinning, but it wants to pull you straight. But it's a lot harder to steer these machines because all 4 tires are going straight. So diff lock mode is just for muddy situations. It's not something I want you to ride in. Regular 4-wheel drive would be where you're going to plow or trail ride, and then 2-wheel drive is 99% of your riding. over here, it's got the push button start, which is really cool. It's got the little key fob. How cool are these things? You get 2 key fobs with it. You simply just push it into the, got this tag in the way, I apologize. You push it straight in there, and then here's electronic shifting. We've had 0 issues with this. It's so cool. Relieves all the pressure. If you had a standard cable shift before and the thing is stuck in gear, that is gone. We can now push on reverse. I know it's in reverse, so we can back up without a problem. You got more vents. There's 4 vents on the chest, and then there's 2 up top. And then this is USB plus USB-C. And then, if I can get my fingers to work, this is the 12 volt one here. So you got 12 volts still. This is your thermostat. You can go from air conditioning over to heat. And then you got 0, 1, 2, or 3 for your power mode, just like a car. The blower motor, that is. And then what's cool with this new model, and this was same for 2025, is it's got turf lock, which means we can unlock that rear axle. So if we want to spin on a concrete or pavement driveway, not tear the tires up, you can do that. It'll just be one-wheel drive in the back. And these buttons here are for your audio. You got your volume, channel change, downhill descent control, and then modes. You have different drive modes in this machine. You have work and normal. Those are going to be your 2 drive modes. And then this right here is your parking brake. You can turn the parking brake off to push it. You can actuate the dump box and the winch here, but you can also, control it on this here in a minute. And then this is your, this controls some of that fancy display in there. So that's an overview of the cab. Really easy. Look how fit finish wise though, there's really no cracks or gaps anywhere. So once the heat and AC starts blowing in here, it's really going to do a good job. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put my foot on the brake. I'm just going to hit the power button just to turn the dash on. It's going to give us power. The dash, the glare today is going to be horrible to show you this. I apologize, but it's in normal mode now. If I hit this mode button down here, it changed it to work mode. I have the rear end unlocked because turning on our concrete here, I don't want to scrub the tires. I can put the solid rear end back in. Oops, if I hit this again, now it's got a solid rear end. Both tires are going to spin. Go back to 2-wheel drive because that's what we all want. Sorry, I wanted to connect it to my phone, so we got to get past this. Close. Every time you start your machine, it's going to want to connect to your phone. Okay, we can go here, go back to the home screen. So, full tank of fuel, 2 miles. Actually had like a little over a mile because I got to drive these, when we get it. And no temp currently. So let's run this windshield for you guys. So if I go here, that's the first time we've done it. And we'll go all the way up. Okay, so that's all the way up. Let's kind of show you from the outside. It does not block your visibility at all. It is so awesome. So check out how high that window goes. I don't think I would go down the road at 80 mile an hour with it like that. I don't think it's good for those cylinders. But it does tip up all the way, completely out of your line of sight. All right, we'll put the windshield back down. And right about there, kind of suck it in. I don't like to go too tight with it, but we want to make sure that the gasket's sealed. So that's our windshield. Oh, let's do the dump box now. It's a little hard because you got, let's show you this version of it. Okay, so what we do is we take this controller. I'm going to set it on the floor so it doesn't fall. You got 2 options here. You can read this. Winch control and the cargo box. And so the bottom one is the cargo box. Let's get this tab lined up right here. Looks like they kind of want to offset to the side there. And maybe I can hold this out here. Let me switch hands with the gimbal. I'm going to go out. Okay, that's all the way up. I'm going to set the remote down. So back here, we filled it with windshield washer fluid because it doesn't come from the factory with it. And the belt's easy to get to. Engine's right there. It's kind of cool. The frame goes all the way around the motor. Nothing's sitting on top of it, so you can get to everything to work on it. The battery, I'll show you that inside. That's in the cab, which is nice. It's not stuck underneath this dump box. I'll show you this side of the thing over here. Let me show you where that battery is. Battery is right here. So there's our battery. Easy to get to. So you can keep that thing fully charged up. So that's how high your dump box goes there. See, all we're gonna do now is actually put our foot on the brake, hit the button down there. These things have, I don't know if it feels quieter than last year. I don't know if they keep refining these things, but it is not loud inside these cabs. And so we're just gonna go in high range because we're just gonna drive around the driveway. My foot is on the brake. And so it's got the H, it's really hard to tell, H on the dash there. Our two-wheel drive, actually one-wheel drive. But look at this, it's like one finger turning. What's beautiful about this new chassis is how well it takes off slowly. So for my customers that are not used to side-by-sides but they want to get one, this allows them to get into the sport without, you know, I'm not terrified taking them for a demo ride that they're going to blow their head through the window when they hit the gas too hard. Until you drive one for a while, you really don't know how they're going to handle. But they're so smooth. Let's do a really tight circle right here. Try to keep the gimbal caught up with it here. And what's cool when you're in this one-wheel drive is you don't leave any marks in the driveway. I'll get out of it and we'll back up over here and look at it. So you can see that's where I just did that spin. And other than it being gravel or dirt here, I mean, we didn't tear it up at all. It's pretty awesome what that one-wheel drive does. We can do the windshield wiper real quick. Look how far that goes. It goes all the way across. It gets even the passenger really well. It's only one blade, but man, it does a great job. Again, I'm not going to turn the fluid on because I don't want to make a mess on the windshield here. And what we'll do right here to end the video is we're going to go over and I'll drive it up our loading dock to show how these things, and I've done it in every U10 video, but I think it's important to continue to talk about it because everybody else with their cable shifting, and like CFMOTO in the past, you would get stuck on hills if you put this thing in park. So you can see the angle of our loading dock there, and I'm going to get out. So let's see. We're going to drive up right at the peak, foot on the brake. We're in park. I'm going to get out. We're going to show you the angle of, let's get out here. I'm going to walk down these millions without falling. Well, there you go. If you did that on a standard U-Force and left it in park, it's going to rock down into park. It's going to lock it into the transmission. It's going to be very, very hard to get out of park. And so without cutting the film, I'm going to shut the door. And so I'm going to put my foot down. I'm going to try and get the gimbal to see my foot on the brake. We're going to go, let's go forward first because that would be more challenging, right? Take my foot off the brake and it doesn't roll backwards if you notice that. With electronic, it kept the parking brake locked, and now I'm just going to go forward. Isn't that insane? Look at that. Zero issues. Obviously, we're going to go down the hill because we're done with this demo, but that is so awesome with this new machine. Side mirrors work really good too, by the way. I think they're in great positions. You can see exactly where we're going. Let's head back over to the shop and wrap this thing up. Ooh, it smells like a new vehicle. So that's going to wrap this video up. They retail for $24,499. There is shipping. We do charge, it's called a freight charge with us, but there's no dealer fees. It's just like the price of the machine plus freight plus tax. That's how we sell so many CFMOTOs. So again, J to 3Cs. If you found the video helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel. We're right off I-86 in Western New York, so we're super easy to get to. If you're looking to buy a new CFMOTO, love to have a chance to work with you. So again, J to 3Cs. Enjoy the ride, and we'll see you in the trail.